My name is Meg Tuohey. Together we'll gather wisdom from a wide range of voices, thought leaders and seekers just like you. Through individual stories, we'll explore multiple categories of wisdom and uncover how the stripes of our experiences, both joyful and challenging and all that lies in between, intertwine to create a rich tapestry of life. So whether you're looking for inspiration, guidance, or simply a moment of reflection, you're in the right place. This is Wisdom Stripes. Today on Wisdom Stripes, we're honored to have Melitsa Waage, a transformational mindset mentor, best-selling author, and inspirational speaker, whose life story is a testament to resilience and the power of choice. From a difficult childhood in the foster care system to becoming a leader in self-development and mindset transformation, Melitsa has defied all odds, proving that we each have the power to create our dream life regardless of our past. Known for her message, "Things don't happen to you, they happen for you," Melitsa inspires thousands to conquer their limitations and step boldly into their greatness. Join us as we dive into her story, uncovering the wisdom she's gained through her journey of rising above adversity and becoming a vessel for empowerment and positive change. Melitsa, welcome to Wisdom Stripes, where we are your no-nonsense, fierce fairy godmothers, turning pain and confusion into confidence and clarity. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
I am so excited to have you. Do you know our first question we ask everybody is, what wisdom would you like a listener to come away with today?
Well, you just said it. It doesn't happen by mistake. I'm a true believer that everything is happening for you. It's not happening to you. And God is going to use you as a vessel of hope because of what you went through and because your story is going to impact someone else. So if I wasn't a foster child, I wouldn't be able to inspire foster children or homeless people or people who have lost parents to addiction. My father died of a heroin overdose. My mother became a minister, so it's all of these different, if people were to think of life as lessons, not that it's, oh my God, this happened to me. No, what's the lesson in this and how can I be a beacon of hope to help someone that is going through what I'm going through overcome their pain?
A lighthouse.
Exactly.
A lighthouse.
Yeah.
I think about life as not just nature and nurture. I like the analogy of the idea that we get dealt the context. So we come into a childhood, and until we are at an age where we can have autonomy or agency, we are in the context that we inherit. And that is often the place where we gather pain and confusion, which can be fuel to answer the questions across a lifetime, which is where the wisdom can be grown from. You need pain and confusion in order to grow wisdom.
100%.
So maybe we should start by talking about playing the cards you're dealt, because the cards that you've been dealt, they're big cards. Maybe they're low cards, depending. I actually don't really know card games that well. But maybe, do you feel like, how would you describe the cards you were dealt? What kind of hand?
For me, looking at my life, I know that I was placed here to make an impact. And I don't think that you can make an impact if you haven't gone through extreme adversity. If everything is given to you, if you have the cookie cutter home, very few people that I see that inspire me that haven't gone through massive pain. Mm-hmm. And it's our duty to take our pain and create transformation from it. Not wanting to give up, not wanting to blame others, not wanting to be that negative person. I want to be that person where, oh my God, doesn't matter what she's gone through. She's so happy. She's creating impact in her life. She is sharing her story. Yeah. She is impacting people's lives and building businesses to help other people step into their greatness and people believing in themselves, And that's what matters. Like, how do you want to be remembered when you leave Earth? God forbid something happens to me,
Mm.
I know people are going to talk well about me and what I've been creating in my life.
Mm. It matters what you create and the impact you have on others. And it also matters the internal life you have with yourself. And I wonder whether we might start there, because I don't know what it's like to be in the foster care system, and I don't know what it's like to have lived your life. And I can gather that there would be a lot of adversity, adverse childhood events, perhaps some trauma. And I wonder how you came to build the relationship that you so obviously have with yourself in order to make your outside life match your inside life. Could you talk to us about building that relationship with self?
I always knew I was special. um, there's a moment in my past where I remember when I went into the foster care system and going into different homes and the police breaking into my family's house because, they were dealing drugs or, heroin addicts, and there was no food in the fridge. And I was only 3. And I remember that, which is crazy. People are like, that's impossible. No, trauma allows you to remember that. And it's memories that I don't mind remembering because I know exactly what I don't want to be. And did I have moments in my childhood where I tried to take my life away? Yeah. But I felt abandoned. I felt unheard. I felt misunderstood. I felt outcasted. And however, I just knew I was special though. I always had that gift of knowing how to really get along with people. And also not only that, but like get whatever I wanted, and playing sports at an early age, being gymnastics, playing volleyball, playing basketball, and really always being a leader. And I just always had this in me. And I think God placed that in me because he knew that I was going to do something with it.
Well, also the context in which you had to use as your fuel for later. That was a big stretchy goal. And so having that strength, wrong word, let me try a different word, having that knowingness about what your role was this life, I imagine was one of those factors that was a supporting factor to help you overcome. I also really don't like that word, to help you build your way out of that. Because you don't overcome, you actually build until the building has repaired, and that is where you find yourself on the other side. Yeah. And so I wonder, do you feel like that was a protective factor, that knowingness that you had?
I think it was just believing in myself.
Yeah.
And I wasn't scared. I was just this little girl that was just a fighter. And I knew my life wasn't normal, and I don't ever want it to be normal.
So back then you knew it wasn't normal.
Yeah.
And back then you also knew that even though that kind of normal hurt you and harmed you, you still knew that you still wanted something that wasn't normal in the middle of the bell curve.
Always.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Tell me about what your life looks like now. Let's timeline jump from where we just were to where you are now. And tell me about how your life now also isn't normal in a different way.
It's rare that I meet people that I want their life.
Yes.
So when I was looking at my family, at my family's friends, at my cousins and my aunts and my uncles, like, I didn't want their life. Not even a little bit. So that's why I'm a 2-time college dropout, right? My foster dad is a college professor. I pretty much could have gone to college for free.
Yeah.
They didn't have the lifestyle that I wanted. They didn't have the house that I wanted. They didn't have the cars they didn't even have the relationships that I wanted. And I always thought to myself, I can create it.
You can.
Just like every inventor has created whatever they've created.
Right. Path makers,
Yeah,
trailblazers.
exactly.
Okay. So tell us then, what does your life right now look like, feel like, sound like? How would we know if we'd stepped into your life?
When you have an interaction with me, you feel at peace and you know that you have someone that has your back.
Oh, that's two things. That's yin
Hmm.
and yang at the same time.
Yeah. And a lot of people reach out to me for support,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm a master connector. And the way I created Epic Talks is because I wasn't finding what I was looking for. So I created it
Mm,
back to being a pioneer, being
yes.
a trailblazer, being someone that I believe so much in myself that
Mm.
I'm going to go and create it. Just like Elon Musk believes in
He does. He sure
himself,
does.
you know what I mean?
And look, he's changed the fabric of what we know to be normal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So thinking outside the box, and I don't want to be normal. I don't want to be average. I don't want average relationships. I want the kind of relationships where when I see my girlfriends and my guy friends, we're going to help each other grow. I'm not going to be one in a place of knowing that I can help someone, and because maybe they don't want to pay or they can't afford it or they are in a different struggle in life right now, that I'm not going to help them.
Oh.
You know, I got your back.
How do you define whose back you got? Like, who are the people where you're like, all in, let's go, I got you?
I like to see their life's work. What are they working on and what's important to them?
Mm.
That's it. It's simple. What is a passion project that you have going on right now that you need support with?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I want to, I just want to, buy a nice car and like, shoes and go shop. That's not the person that, right?
Mm.
Oh, I'm looking to build a nonprofit and I want to help homeless people. I want to help entrepreneurs that can't figure it out. When you're of service to other people and you don't make it just about the money, I got your back.
Does this connect in any way to your values or your experiences in your early life? Or is this something that just kind of is in a different category?
It all connects. Um, I'm a selfless person. I'm not selfish. I never put myself first.
Mm.
And it's a blessing and a curse.
Oh, yes.
It's a blessing and a curse. And but I'm okay with that. The right people will stay in your life
Mm.
and the wrong people will dwindle off.
Mm.
You'll know. And the
Mm.
ones that dwindle off are always selfish people. I see it every month
Why every month?
because I come in contact with a lot of people. I have big events. I bring in 150, 200, 300 people. I go to other events. I speak at other events. And I wish people would understand that when you're coming to someone, a leader or someone in power, you don't seek what's in it for you. How can I help that person and build my reputation by supporting them before I ever ask for anything?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, people are takers. And most people don't know that they're takers.
I feel like, let's talk here a minute if that's okay. I feel like the people who take are hungry and have something missing.
Absolutely.
And in that missingness, it feels like there's scarcity in the world. And so they want to try and feel sated, like their belly's full and they're warm and they're safe in the world. So they can use that scarcity kind of space to try and gather or harvest from. And that, of course, is out of balance because the human experience requires giving and receiving, that figure eight. And I understand the scarcity piece, and I understand the great pain and the wanting to have a sense that that pain can be quelled or cared for or managed in some way. And I think sometimes the pain is like we kind of grip onto it too hard.
Mm-hmm.
And when we grip, we can't see all the good we already have and that we're on a stepping stone and that it is all going to work itself out, and that if you keep doing the next right step, the next right step, the next right step, we lose track of that trust in self. And I think that's when we take from other people. It sounds like you have a lot of experience in having people drop off because they've taken what they can or they're moving in another space. Would you say that is one of the reasons why, or would you say something different?
I a true believer that is their own trauma. And if you look at society, most people are takers, and a lot of people are not taking the time to invest in themselves to heal their trauma. So hurt people hurt people.
They do. And maybe we can extend this phrase. I feel like we might have to workshop it a little, so let's collaborate. Hurt people hurt people. Yes. There's something about the taking, though. Hurt people maybe have an imbalanced relationship with giving and receiving. Sometimes they overgive, sometimes they overtake. And I think maybe hurt people are looking to heal the balance between the two, and maybe they don't know how.
I think that a lot of people, they know that when they're wrong, but because of their ego, they don't admit it. And it takes for them to have to do the work, getting closer to God, joining emotional intelligence academies, graduating from it, putting in the work, because it's not easy to transform your mind, your life, yourself. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of investment in time, money, you name it. Most people aren't willing to put in the hard work. It's like going to the gym and having the physique that you want. What does it take for that? 6 months of dedication, going to sleep early, not drinking, having a routine, discipline, not having Thanksgiving dinner. I mean, I've done a fitness competition, so I know what it is to really commit yourself.
Yeah.
But that's what it takes.
That's what it takes, because it takes what it takes. And so maybe that's an interesting phrase, given that we're talking about takers, because it takes what it takes to be the person who grows into the balance between giving and receiving. And if we're thinking about it takes what it takes, actually to be able to find the balance, you've got to do the work. You've got to do the work. Yeah.
Just get it done.
Just get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just one of these clicks of the finger.
I mean, for me, the way I've been is when I make a decision, it's like set in stone. My word is my law.
Yes.
And that is a rule that I live by. And I came up with that rule. One of my girlfriends, Tiffany Jones, she's the founder of What Rules You Live By. And her rule is, I surround myself with amazing people. I'm her best friend, you know? And for me, when she told me, what is your rule? I was like, my word is my law. When I say I'm going to do something, because when you say you're going to do something, now when you get it done, that creates confidence in yourself, people believing in you, people trusting you, especially when you're building a brand the way I have, 6 years strong now, right? So how do you want to be spoken about when people talk about you?
So maybe we're talking legacy here. Maybe we're timeline jumping again, and we're going forward to, we get this one beautiful life in this context that we inherit, and then we get this deck of cards and we get to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's jump ahead to the end of your beautiful life. May it be a very long one. And you're on your way through to the next phase, whatever that looks like, feels like. But it's time to say goodbye to your loved ones. And in the saying goodbye to your loved ones, in the legacy, there's the work of Erickson's psychosocial model is that from 65 onwards, we are looking at, am I comfortable with the life that I've lived? Have I done what I needed to do? And we are trying to answer that decision right across that stretch of time. I wonder for you what you would guess is happening at the end of your life. What do you think you might know about life?
That's very interesting because I actually take my clients, when I was doing one-on-one coaching, which I don't do anymore,
Same.
I take them through an exercise.
Yeah.
And the exercise is meeting your future self.
Mhm.
So I guide them and I was like, close your eyes. I'm going to go on a journey right now. And I take them to meet themselves 20 years from now. And they get off on a boat. They step into their home. What does it look like? What does it smell like? What is around? And then their future self gifts them a gift to take back to their present self.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a message.
Mm-hmm.
For me, my future self looks like a woman who has helped millions of people and has saved children's lives, has impacted millions of lives and homes and brought hope to humanity. A woman that is married to an amazing man, a woman that has 4 or 5 beautiful kids and raised them to be amazing humans, someone of impact, and someone that believed in herself. Doesn't matter like what I went through. I believed in myself. That's it. And to me, that's the secret to life is believe in yourself so much that you're unstoppable. I'm unstoppable.
Hey there, Meg Tuohey here with a quick and exciting announcement. As a psychologist, coach, and founder of the Wisdom Lab, I've had the privilege of helping thousands of individuals break free from the vicious cycles holding them back and tap into their infinite inner wisdom. If you're tired of feeling unheard, unseen, and stuck in the same old struggles, the Wisdom Lab is the breakthrough you've been yearning for. This on-demand program guides you through a powerful process to shatter emotional barriers, overcome deep-rooted blocks, and experience the profound transformation you deserve. In just 4 hours, you'll gain the tools and insights to revolutionize your life from the inside out. Want to learn more? Click or tap the link in the show notes for all the details. Okay, now back to the episode. So you are there and just surrounded by your children. I think by this, you've got great grandchildren there. Yeah, at the end, right at the end. What is the thing that you want them to know? And so is it the belief in yourself that you would want them all to embody as part of your legacy?
Well, the first thing that I want them to know is that without God, they're nothing.
Their relationship with God.
To put God first. And when they're scared, you get on your knees and you pray. Believe in the words of the Bible. Surround yourself with people with the same thought process. Just God has been at the forefront of my life since I was a little girl. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. And I feel him in my life.
Yes, that sense of not being alone is what I was going to say. As you said, I feel him in my life. Yeah. It's very palpable. And so therein lies a question for me that I have. And actually, unfortunately for you, it's two-pronged. One is, how does one cultivate that relationship of solidarity with God, source, universe, for those who have differing belief structures? How does one cultivate that sense of knowingness and support, that thread of connection? Because I can feel that yours is strong and true. And then second of all, belief. How does one build the belief that they can also be unstoppable?
When you look at your life, you know what you need to let go of. You know. You can't lie to yourself. So an awakening moment that I had was in one of the darkest moments of my life after I left my marriage of 10 years. I was so destroyed by that betrayal because a betrayal happened. And I lost myself for 2 years. And I was partying like a rock star. Don't get me wrong. I had a great time.
Were you very good at it?
I was very good at it. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, I think we all need a very good at it season. I think that's okay.
I mean, I legit party like a rock star because I was partying with rock stars and celebrities and you name it.
Yeah.
And I remember waking up one morning hungover. I had my own beautiful house with a big pool, 10,000 square foot lot that I bought when I was 28 years old. I was really proud of it. And
I'm proud of that for you.
And I woke up and I went to the mirror and I had makeup running. My hair looked like crap. My face was swollen. And I said to myself out loud, Melitsa, are you proud of the woman you've become? And I was disgusted at myself the way I woke up at like 1 PM after a rage. And I was like, no, okay. So what are you going to do about it? I don't want to feel like this anymore. I don't want to be hanging out with the people that I've been hanging out with. I don't want to try new drugs anymore. I don't, because I had lost my identity.
Yes.
Okay. So it was within that day or two that I saw an ad on Facebook that said, reignite your life, your finances, and your future, free ticket. I'm like, free ticket? We're talking about 10 years ago where personal development isn't what it is now, right?
Yes.
So I was like, man, free ticket, that sounds like a cult. How is it going to teach me how to reignite my life, my finances, and my future? Free ticket. So I called a girlfriend of mine. Her name is Alexi Panos. She's a motivational speaker. Her and her husband, Preston Smiles, they were just beginning their career. And Lewis House was too, and all these amazing other speakers. And I was like, babe, this free ticket, what do you think about this? Should I go? She said to me, if there's one positive thing that you get out of it, it's a win situation. Never looked at it that way, right? So I purchased my flight, I purchased my hotel, and I went to this free conference. At the end of 3 days, I was surrounding myself with people that wanted growth, that wanted positivity, that wanted a leader in their life, right? And it was T. Harv Eker, the Millionaire Mind. And his speakers on stage. Did I end up investing almost $10,000 at the end of it? Yes. Luckily, they had a payment plan because I didn't have 10 grand to pay, right? But that weekend changed my life. And I ended up spending 2 years, every 2 to 3 months, going to their conferences to develop my life, to continue surrounding myself with amazing people. And I made personal development my religion, pretty much. And then I said to myself, if this was able to change my life, it's my duty to pay it forward so I can help other people that have gone through divorce, that are foster kids, that have anxiety, that have depression, that are suicidal, all these things that I've gone through. So I would be doing a disservice to God and to humanity if I don't share the greatness that God has created in my life.
I'm going to highlight the sequence that you just talked through for those who are wondering how to tell if God is there. Because what I think I heard, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that you had a moment of reckoning in the mirror. And I think we all know what those feel like.
Yeah.
And then I think very shortly, and you said, no, this is not it. I'm going to choose something new. I'm not going this way. I'm going a different way. And then the path started to rise in front of you.
Yeah.
Because you saw the ad.
Exactly. But it took for me to be real with myself.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to say something really important right now. I want you to go, whoever's listening to this, I want you to go to the mirror right now and look at yourself. And whatever your name is, my name is John, my name is Samantha, my name is Melissa, my name is Megan. What is not working in your life right now? Oh my God. Happy hour, drinking, cocaine, smoking, my relationship, my husband hitting me, my wife hitting me, my kids abusing me, my mom abusing me, my narcissistic relationship. Okay? So I want you to write that down. And now you have it in front of you. This isn't working for me. Now it's your job and your homework to figure out how you're going to fix all that. And how do you fix all that? It's by removing yourself of that. And you can go on YouTube, you can try to find conferences that are going to help you take your life to the next level, but you get to have a real conversation with yourself. Stop asking people for advice because the answer is within you. And I don't take advice from people unless they have the life, the job, the relationship, the finances that I want. So stop wasting valuable time and asking advice for the wrong people, especially your parents, your family. They're not where you want to be.
The community that you come from is very rarely the community that has the answers to the questions that you have that take you to your next vantage point. As we grow through life, we're growing. And our job is to outgrow our parents.
You grow through what you go through.
Yes.
If you allow it.
And we need to ask different kinds of people, not the people that we know. The people we know have already taught us most of what they know, which is a gift. Very grateful. But you need to cast the net wider. And if we're talking hierarchically, which I don't really like because I don't think, anyway, I'm talking hierarchically. You've got to go to the next level of person or the next level of self. And you've got to say, who am I if I've already solved this problem? What do I look like, feel like, sound like? What kinds of attributes do I have that I've built my way from where I am today to where I dream of becoming?
Yeah.
That's what we need.
And also it's about evolving. You should be evolving every day, every week, every month. Try something new every month. Go on. You've never gone jet skiing? Go freaking rent a jet ski. You've never done karaoke? Go do some karaoke. You've never done a little artsy class? Go do an artsy class. You never done salsa? Go dance salsa. Keep your life entertained. And when you live your life in that way where you're fulfilling and your fulfillment, that energy radiates. And that's what attracts your lover. That's what attracts amazing people. When you're just happy with yourself, you're not complaining because you know somebody else is having it worse. You know there's a child in a hospital bed dying right now of cancer. And I'm here sitting in a podcast speaking with a beautiful Australian leader, right? So what are you choosing to believe? And when you come from a place of living in a mindset of abundance, that is what the world and God is going to give to you.
So I would like to expand on the word abundance because I love that word. Don't hear that. This is not a challenge. It's an opportunity to co-create. I feel like there's something about the way in which you described all the ways that you can go and explore life. You can salsa dance, you can scuba dive, you can kite surf. You go and do the things you don't know, go and explore the things you don't know. Abundance is that, but I feel like when you were describing those things, you had an energy of vitality. You were alive. And I do feel like as the humans that we are, it is often we get stuck in our human suits and then we get bogged down and we don't necessarily cultivate new things very often. There's a study that shows that the most neuroplasticity happens in children because everything they're exposed to is brand new. It's new. And as we get older, we don't expose ourselves to things that are so new. So our neuroplasticity slows down, which is our ability to form new pathways. And so what I hear when I'm watching, and I get to watch you, which is also amazing, I just see this movement and this energy, this vitality, which I think is the precursor to abundance. And I wonder, can we discuss? Do you agree? Would you change anything? Would you expand on that?
Would I change anything? From my past or right now?
I meant from my definition. Like
of abundance, got it.
Yeah, so abundance needs vitality behind it.
So
there's power behind that, right?
You want to continue having that child mindset.
Okay.
Children are excited. Oh, what's happening next? Wait, I've never gone to Disney. I've never ridden a bike before. Oh, I've this new coloring book or whatever it may be. What excites you? So for me, every single month, find something that's exciting for you. What's going to be something exciting for your husband? What's going to be something exciting for your wife? What's going to be something exciting for your children? Let's go bowling. Let's go play Top Golf. Let's go to the movies and have some popcorn and M&Ms and and just make everything exciting. Oh my God, I have a surprise for you guys today. You know what I mean? Surprising people. Send your wife flowers at her office or at home. Hey, babe, I just want you to know that I'm thinking about you, and here's some beautiful flowers. I love you and can't wait to see you tonight. Your kids, I have a girlfriend of mine. She's just absolutely incredible. Her name is Sandy Glant. And this woman, she is an amazing wife, entrepreneur, and a mommy of two. And she is always involving her kids in everything that she does. And I tell her, I'm like, Sandy, whenever I have kids, I want you to write your book because I want to raise my family and kids exactly how you're doing it. And she has a powerful husband. He's the president of Grant Cardone, Jared Glant. And she always is keeping her life exciting. 2 years ago, she entered Mrs. International. And I told her, babe, you're going to win. She's like a sister to me. You're going to win. You're going to win. She wins. Now she's training to compete in a fitness competition December 6th. She has an amazing company, The Power of Productivity. She literally teaches people how to become more productive, and she's the author of Slay Your Day. And next time you're here, I would love for you to have her interview her here. But she's always doing something new. And then she involves her husband. She has date nights with her husband. She has date nights with one kid at a time. The dad has date night with his son. She takes the other one. And I'm just like, she keeps life exciting. And people allow their lights to dim because they're not creative like she is. They're not, or like us, we're trying new things. We're becoming entrepreneurs. We're building our companies, right? So for me, how can you keep your life exciting? If you live in Florida, hey babe, we're going to go to Disney. I just got us tickets. Let's go. Or Busch Gardens or Key West. Let's go watch the most amazing sunset in the United States. You know what I mean? Like, what's exciting for you? Keep life exciting.
There's vitality in that for sure. Do you know what I heard though in your friend is not only does she have the vivaciousness of excitement and new things, do you know what I also heard? She has the safety of the regularity and the putting in the rules that your other friend does of making sure that every person that's important to her has quality one-on-one time. And that, like date night each week with her people.
Yeah.
That though is, I think, the grounding that needs to go with the excitement, which is like, I am here, I'm reliable, I'm committed, I'm trustworthy. I want to know you and I want you to know me. And I want to do exciting things. I want to make life dreams come true. And I'm here every day, or I'm here with you right now and I'm all in. And I can hear the duality of that. And I feel like that's some mastery there.
And that's what you attract when you're operating at that level. That's why we're friends, right? She attracts other friends like that. She's introduced me to amazing friends and I've introduced her to amazing friends. But when you're at that frequency, that's what you attract. It's like trying to get on 94.5 FM, right? Yeah. You're not going to get on 94.5 FM if you're on 94.3 FM.
Or AM.
Yeah, just two more little notches and you're on the same frequency. Yeah. So what's the frequency that you want to attract? What are the people that you want to attract in your life? I only want greatness.
And you know, when we're looking at frequency and we're looking at it compared to a radio station and we're moving just 0.1 at a time, I feel like that is also another good thing for us to remember in the wisdom of we can only do one step at a time and we just need to take small things, small steps every day.
100%. You can't look at that mountain and be like, I can't wait to get up there, because the journey really begins every step that you take.
Yes. And the joy is actually, I've got my waggy finger out, which is emphatic, not critical. I'm going to teach you that because I'm in person. The joy is actually in the journey. When we get to the end or the summit of what we think is the goal or the identity or the experience that's important to us, that feels fantastic.
It really does.
And our brain is like, great, now let's go do this other thing. So the joy is actually, I think, mostly in the journey of having a place that you're heading towards and being able to be the person that grows towards that, and each day noticing and appreciating your progress that also feels important here.
100%. I
Yeah.
love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Mm.
It's funny. I have another friend. He's amazing. And throughout the years I've known him, it's been 6 years now. He's taught himself how to play guitar, how to play the piano, how to do backflips, how to scuba dive. Like every single year he has something new he's working on.
I feel like I should say, is it this so-and-so? But I won't. Because I feel like I know someone that does that too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but let's do this later.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it like he keeps his life so interesting and it's fun to watch. And if you're not using your mind to create new things, your mind is going to die.
Well, I think your mind it's going to point itself where it automatically goes. And I feel like if we can put our focus where we dream of and start to walk towards the dream rather than living on autopilot, I feel like where we place our attention really matters. And sometimes we fall asleep. I was talking to another guest that we have had on this podcast about that Rumi quote, which is don't go back to sleep. And I feel like don't go back to sleep is the autopilot, just living the way that you've always done it and forgetting that you can organize picnic for dinner and even have it in your living room instead of having it at your table. And you can pick your children up from school and you can set off a confetti cannon when they get in the car. You know, like it can be in the small details. We just have to remember to wake up and to stay awake.
100%. I love that. I love that. Life is so beautiful if you want to look at it that way.
It is. It is. Now, I'm really curious. You are a big visionary, very successful. Where do you want to grow to next? What's your next hurdle on the mountain of never-ending climbing? Because we never get it done.
There's a lot of things that I want to accomplish. So, you know, I want to find my life partner. I want to be a mommy. That's so important to me. And I know my life partner is coming and God is preparing me for that person. I want to create Epic Talks as the #1 entrepreneurship event in the world. And I want to create a headquarters where it's a nonstop shop for entrepreneurs, where everything that you need is in our atmosphere, in our headquarters, and a working space where people come and podcast, throw their own events, you know, listen to other speakers.
Connect with each
other.
Find their kin.
Yeah, so it's like a membership platform, but like a gym membership, but for entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And we'll have breakfast there. We'll have lunch.
You're going to feed them well.
Exactly. And my goal is to have that in the next year and a half, somewhere in downtown Miami or, you know, somewhere close. And I love my Miami family and community. And I want to continue helping foster kids and hopefully build houses in third world countries. And I want a man on the same mission and vision as me.
Yeah. Yes. Well, consider it done. I just waved my magic wand, and this is exactly as you predicted. It's all coming for you, and it will only be a little bit of time. And so my curiosity is around the foster children and how you're working in that space, because that feels very full circle. Could we talk a little about that?
I recently attended an event called Voices for Children. Katie Black is the founder, and she has been doing this for many, many years. They have helped over 45,000 foster kids. And I've known about her for like the last year. And this past Friday, I went to one of her events and I sat with other foster children at the event. And I said, this is my time to come and step up. So she's going to be there tomorrow night at Epic Talks. And I want to get extremely involved in the foster care system.
Do you have a vision for how you see that unfolding for yourself? Do you see maybe what your role is, or is it still in the unfolding?
I know what my role is to be a leader for them, to create a space where they'll never really learn about entrepreneurship unless they come to Epic Talks. So I'm going to have them as volunteers at my events. So now they start surrounding themselves in these rooms with, successful people and listening. Oh, what is business? What is taxes? What is, real estate investing? What is da-da-da-da? And they're volunteers at my events. And then they start getting help from others in the community. And they're not alone.
You and I have a similar care for children that have been forgotten or not had what they needed. Mm-hmm. We do, because I'm really deeply touched by that. And I really appreciate the pathway that opens between where they are and what is possible, which you have already walked. And so that is such sacred work. And on behalf of the community and those beautiful children, I am just so very grateful for your knowingness that is your next right thing.
Oh, 100%. And I really wish people knew that when they go and help people in need, your problems go away. Because you realize that your problems are really nothing compared to like what they're going through. You know what I mean?
I do. And I'm going to put an and in, not a but. And in some, you said a phrase that I think is really important. You said, I feel called to go back now. And I feel like we sometimes have to have a distance or a space enough to grow in order to put our hand down or a hand out, or make the space for the next generation to come through, because we have to build our way out first before we can help others.
100%. And also, I'm a true believer that leaders create leaders. And these kids are going to be inspired by whatever they see at Epic Talks. And they're going to want to become leaders themselves.
Yeah. And you know what else? Waggy finger alert. You know what else? It reminded me very much of something you said a little while ago, where you said you surround yourself with the next level of people, and these beautiful, beautiful children get to skip right ahead and see other people talking about really big topics. And they're going to have time to acclimate in those rooms, because your programs can go for years and years and years. And so they can grow in and acclimate into that being normal. And that is a huge gift. That's a huge gift. It's a kind of reparenting, and it's a real system change. We are saying you might come from this experience of a system, and I want you to know what it looks like, feels like, sounds like, smells like in this system with these people doing all of these things. And that is such a contrast, and you're going to be the bridge, the conduit to that. That is some life work you've got going on there. I think we might put that at the end of your life too. I think you can feel real good about that at the end of your life.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now we're heading towards the end of our time together. I never want it to end. But I do have one last question for you. So we are now in fall. I know we are literally in fall right now, but metaphorically we're in fall. And the temperature, it's nighttime and the temperature is cooler. And you've got your like cozy whatever's on. Maybe you've got some nice moccasin slippers on. Maybe you've got a nice soft kind of outfit on. You can have 1 to 12 drinks of your choice all at the same time. We've got good snacks between us, and we're outside on the porch, and it's that twilight, and we've got fireflies like flitting about, and we're in I'm learning this word, Adirondack chairs that are comfortable, and we've got a few spare ones, and our listeners get to sit with us, and we're just all cozying in. We're relaxed, we know each other, and we're going to share something, and it's our last big gift from you for our listeners to have while they're sipping whatever drink they want. Some of them might have like a cocoa with like a marshmallow. Some might have like an icy situation. Some might have a calming tea. I don't know. They got what they need. But you're here and they've got your full attention, and they really are here with this last piece. What is it you'd like to say to them?
Focus on your peace of mind. That's it. And if there is something in your life that doesn't bring you peace, walk away from it. And it's okay to say no to that. Peace of mind will bring you clarity. Peace of mind will get you closer to God. Peace of mind will bring you strength. Peace of mind will give you the life of your dreams.
Thank you so much for being on Wisdom Stripes. We are honored to have shared your story. Thank you for being so open and so loving and such a lovely guiding force. And I mean that force very specifically because you are really a force in the world. And it's been a pleasure to get to know you. And thank you for being here with us.
Thank you so much.
Now I have a tiny little gift in my pocket. You didn't know about it. Hang on, which pocket is it in? It's in the other pocket. So this is something. I was in Kansas City last weekend, and I've never been to Kansas City. I had a live event with about 100 of my women, and we did an exercise where I won't go too much into it, but they basically let go of something very painful, and it was wrapped in love, and it was given back to the earth. And in exchange, we gave them a tumblestone, and it was a tree jasper tumblestone, so that they could remember the wisdom from that event and the gratitude for how it shaped them, even when it was really hard or really painful. And I bought you a piece of that tree jasper, and this is for you as a symbol of your growth and your wisdom stripes. And I am so happy, and my beautiful wise women, that's what I call them, will be so happy to know that you have that. You are so welcome. Thank you for being here with us. It is so beautiful, and they're all different. Isn't that so metaphoric?
Yeah, it really
metaphoric?
Is. Yeah.
Yeah, that works,
yeah,
doesn't it?
It does
Metaphor,
work.
metaphoric, yeah. Yeah.
I love it. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you for listening to this episode of Wisdom Stripes. Follow me on @MegTuoheyOfficial and leave a comment and review. I'm looking forward to meeting you here next time on Wisdom Stripes.